So I was having some thoughts right about now about this. There's an impulse in me, there's an urge in me, there's some sort of a longing that I have for a familiar place, a familiar setting, a familiar mindset. And that's what everybody has in them, I think. I think everybody wants that. They want a place where everything's all right again. And we want that constant. That's why we have all of our traditions. That's why we have insurance. That's why we have retirement planning. We want to know. We want to have that security. We want to have this place, this where every single thing is accounted for. Every single idea, every single action that every single person ever does is accounted for. And it falls into a reasonable category. There's no loose ends, don't talk about absurdity. That's just, don't even go there. Don't talk about any ideas like this all might have no overall purpose and we have to inject the purpose ourselves. Don't talk about that. That's completely frightening. And yeah, it's frightening for most people. It doesn't frighten me as much anymore, but it took me a really long time to get to it not frightening me, because before, we get so attached to our ideas we don't even know. We don't know that we're attached. We don't know anything about anything really. We don't know what's going on. We're just walking along and all of a sudden something, bam, smacks you in the face. And then, as you try to unravel it after the thing has happened, then, you're kind of trying to put things in their place, and why did this happen to me, and what was my role? Did I bring this on, or is this punishment for some bad thing I did, or what? It's hard to figure out. It's difficult. This thing that we're in is not the most easy to navigate thing. A lot of people seem to be doing fine, but at the same time, a lot of people that are doing fine are the most boring motherfuckers on the planet, because they're robotic. They do the same thing every day, same thought process every day. I can ask them a question and they will say the same thing. Or they'll get uncomfortable with the question and they'll dodge, So, anyway, back to the original topic, which is, as human beings, we are longing for a place of feeling like home, feeling like we're needed, feeling like we organically belong, not you belong because you're an XYZ family and you're XYZ race and you have a proper social security number and you're doing all the right things, not because of those artificial constructs that we lay on top of the organic experience I'm talking about. We have a longing for an organic experience that words don't need to be said to make it so. We don't need rationalizations for us fitting harmoniously and perfectly within an organic community. You can't add words to clarify, but the words and the justifications are not necessary to keep the thing going. Like, for instance, marriage, the American marriage. the roles need to be explicitly defined, and you have to, as one side or the other side of the marriage, you have to follow those roles properly. And it's artificial. These things, they're not coming naturally to you. It's something that you're fighting all the time. Role-playing sucks if you're supposed to also pretend while you're playing the role that you think it's real. Like actors on a stage in a movie or in a play, you know, they're allowed to know that they're not actually in real life while they're on the stage. They're allowed to know that. But as humans, playing out the various stages of this life, there's lots of resistance if we treat some of the role-playing and traditions with a little bit of humor or parody, or poking a little bit of fun at some of it, or just denouncing it all and saying it's a lot of fucking rubbish, you know? Back to the original thing I was talking about, which is our longing for community, which is our longing for an organic place to call home that is known as home without being written out in a contract. This is home, okay? Known and felt. That's what we want. That's what I want. And I don't really have it. But what I was coming up with in response to that thought of wanting organic community, wanting security, comfort, what I came up against, as I do usually, is this concept of the permanence of change, or change is the only constant. And that's a hard one to wrap my brain around, because I'm trying to define something that is by definition unknown with known terms. So it's paradoxical to even talk about it. But I understand from a felt moment perspective what that is. It's hard to say anything about it. Very difficult to describe. But that comfort that we're searching for may only be the remembrance that nothing lasts ever. No form ever lasts. No idea ever lasts. No place ever lasts. That may be the comfort that we're looking for. It's constant renewal, whether we like it or not. Constant. Every moment, this moment, which is forever, is constantly renewed at a rate that is impossible for us to detect. We can't even come close to detecting the refresh rate of this. It's impossible. So that's thoughts for today. Thoughts on comfort, security, home, and the lack thereof for a lot of people. So that's that. I'll see y'all in the next one.